Massachusetts is best known for two things: textile mills, now closed, and native son Jack Kerouac, now buried here. But there's new life and new energy in Lowell these days. It's now home to the second largest population of Cambodians in America. Only Long Beach, California has more. The annual Cambodian Water Festival here in Lowell draws 60,000 people. What draws me is the prospect of tasting real Cambodia in a uniquely American setting. Were you born here, or did you come over here with your parents, or how did it work?
I am a child of war.
Dewey Cole and her family arrived here as refugees 20 years ago. And she's now working as a U.S. park ranger, showing visitors the historic sites of Old Lowell. Today, she's showing me the city's Cambodian neighborhood, beginning with the food at Simply Khmer.
Beautiful.
Like a lot of Asian cooking, Cambodian cuisine emphasizes contrasts: sweet, sour, salty, and bitter. The rice porridge comes with bean sprouts, scallions, fried garlic, and blood cake.
This was fantastic. You just taste wonderful, wonderful chicken broth, and there's bits of intestine in there and scallion. The blood cake just tastes like a beautiful, soft little meat custard. I mean, that's all it is.
It's kind of my comfort food. Just remember growing up and feeling sick, and my mom would make me a bowl of this.
The problem that I have with trying to convince friends to try dishes like this is all they see is the word blood cake. And they don't understand it's in salami, it's in bologna, it's in your steak.
For an Asian restaurant catering to the usual American crowd, this kind of food would be an exotic novelty. But serving Cambodian Americans, it's no more exotic than cheese and crackers.
Yeah, this is the crispy intestine.
The same with the deep-fried pork intestines, with mustard greens, pickles, scallions, and dried chilies.
You certainly know what that is when you eat it. But that's why the chilies and the pickled vegetable is so perfect, because the minute you start to taste that innard, all it washes over you, those sweet little pickles and...
But if you were going to describe it to somebody, what would you say it tastes like?
It's a little bit poopy, but in a good way.
The essential flavor of the real Cambodia is in the prahak, fermented fish paste.
Coconut milk and fermented fish.
Perfect combo.
That's Cambodian food. And so many things are seasoned with that fermented fish, and there's so many different varieties. More varieties I learned in Cambodia than anywhere else in Southeast Asia. I mean, this is an anchovy meets citrusy lime meets coconut. I mean, I don't know how you can go wrong with that.
The city of Lowell has made good business out of preserving and celebrating its past as a New England mill town, but the Cambodian influence is just as visible, and it's become an important part of the town's cultural life. The Angkor dance troupe was founded here in 1986 as a way for Cambodian families to preserve their heritage and share it with their neighbors. Dewey was a member of this troupe, and she's invited me to meet a family of dancers who preserve and share Cambodian traditions in the kitchen also.
Hi. How you doing? Or as they say in Boston, how are ya?
The kitchen is full of aunts, cousins, and one grandma.
I saw you on TV all the time.
Do you?
But before you fought like that.
The main course for this meal is yalhurn. That's Cambodian hot pot. It's a shrimp soup where they toss in vegetables, coconut milk, coconut soda pop, no kidding, and a whole garden full of Asian herbs. And there's some more fermented fish, even more potent than the one we tried at the restaurant.
This is like an old fish on the beach that's been there a couple years. Yes. I love it. I mean, seriously, when you're cooking with it, when it mixes with lime juice and vegetables and it becomes part of it, it's irresistible. In its form like this, it's pretty pungent. Don't you think?
Yes.
This fermented fish is the base for a beef and tripe soup made with cow's liver and esophagus. And with vegetables that Jack Kerouac never laid eyes on. Water spinach, lemongrass, kaffir lime leaf, and Asian eggplant. And just like in Cambodia, once the women do the work, the men pull up a chair, or cushion in this case. Now we can enjoy tripe salad, which is firm and chewy, like good tripe should be.
This is old school. You're not going to find this in restaurants. You have to be in someone's home.
Right.
Just the fermented fish flavor in there is just extraordinary.
With the tripe?
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's a great pairing.
The centerpiece of the meal is the hot pot.
That hot pot is awesome.
It's explosive with sour, sweet, salty, and bitter flavors, redolent with seafood that's the cornerstone of New England cuisine and Cambodia's. For dessert, silkworms. The larvae are toasted in a wok with a little garlic powder, salt, sugar, and chili peppers.
You gotta get past they were crawling earlier.
Yeah. But there's like a smoky quality to them. They're almost fishy in a way, and I just love the texture. I love them. It's like a tiny little balloon filled with pus. But it's good.
A generation ago, food like this simply didn't exist in this town. Now, it's just part of the local landscape.
What's really great is being able to share it in a home with a family, because to me, the food is great, but it's only part of the experience.
It'll be a while before most people associate
Really?
Boston with the taste of Cambodia. But just about everyone knows this place is a seafood capital. But they probably don't know some of that seafood wouldn't exist if people weren't putting it out there. They throw them in the water, and a couple years later they come back and throw them back in.
Tomorrow,
Nothing like a big pot of warm pig's blood at dawn.
it's double the Bazaar. 2 all-new hours starting at 8. Bazaar Food celebrates